Hello, guys. Today we are at the University of Melbourne campus, and we have with us Karan Kanchan, who is one of India's finest music producers, composers, and recording artists. Some of your favorite tracks, be it Divine's Bazigar, Shubh's OG, or even Ishq Nachave from Kho Gaye Hum Kahan, the man himself.
Thank you so much.
And he was also given the Forbes 30 Under 30 recognition this year, if I'm right.
Yeah, music, indeed.
And you've seen the Lollapalooza gig, you've seen the Boiler Room sets. Now it's time to meet the man behind the music, and it's time to get to know a bit more about his perspective on music, on the industry, on his passion. And we really wanted to know from a point of view of when he was a student also, and how his dreams have changed and shaped his reality over the past few years. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask you how your Australia tour has been in general. You had a gig in Sydney. You had your show here in Melbourne yesterday. So how has it been?
Well, it's been amazing. Like it feels so good to be back. Actually, this is my second time in Australia, and first time performing as Karan Kanchan as my set. So it was a honor to be here, like to play for people who've been like wanting to see me perform, and the energy and the love I got from the people was crazy. I couldn't imagine like there are people out here also listening to the music which I'm making in a bedroom in Mumbai. So it's crazy. It's crazy how far music has helped me travel and meet people around the world. So the shows was amazing. Shows were amazing. Sydney was like the energy was crazy, but Melbourne last night was something else. It's gonna be a memorable gig for me for a long time for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. One question adding on to that.
Yeah.
You mentioned about how you started making music in your room
Yeah.
so long, like as a kid itself.
Yeah.
So from that, I was just curious, like, did you know from that time itself that, okay, this is exactly what you wanted to do? And like, I know for a fact that
Yeah.
you've done a degree also. So how was it handling both together? Because I know for a fact most of us students, we have our passion. It could be music, dance, even DJing, soccer, whatever it is. But everyone's like, no, or the typical Indian mentality also that now it's not a safe career to pursue.
That's true.
So how do you exactly come out of that box, and did you face any challenges in doing that yourself?
I did, but the thing is, I got interested into music at a very young age. Maybe like when I was in 9th grade, I already fell in love with electronic music. And I was very curious. Honestly, no one in my family does music professionally. Like my grandmother used to sing, but later on, due to some health conditions, she couldn't sing. But she was the only person who was like very close to music back then. And everyone in my family loved music. Nobody pursued it, but everyone loves consuming music.
Right.
So growing up, there was like a lot of cassettes, a lot of music playing in my house, but I was not the kid to like go and listen to music myself. Whatever is being thrown at me, I would just listen to it. But what happened was around like 9th grade, I was lucky to have internet access. My father is into computers, so I had internet access for a very young age. And I used to spend a lot of time messing around on YouTube. And that's where I actually stumbled across my first EDM song that I heard.
Okay.
It was a song by Tiesto and Diplo called Come On back in 2010, if I'm not wrong, 2010, 12. And I just got curious about how these sounds are being made. And I was like, what is this? Like, why is there so many people just looking at one DJ? Because in India, the DJing culture didn't exist back then. Like, we didn't only, like Ganpati Visarjan DJs and like Haldi DJs. But seeing that kind of respect for a DJ on stage, it was it really got me curious. And I thought this is something very interesting.
Yeah.
And I started doing my research, like how are these sounds being made? What is this DJing thing?
Right.
And that's how I started falling into that rabbit hole of curiosity of like what's happening. Then I found out that I can make this music on my computer itself at home. I don't even need like equipment.
Yeah.
And that's how it started for me. Took me a while to convince my parents, of course. Indian parents, as you know, like they were clueless, and I don't complain about it because I understand it's coming from a place of love when your parents tell you that, oh, don't do this or don't do that, do a degree. Because it is like, okay, it's a safe option, right?
Right.
But I think so. Everything is changing so much right now.
Yeah.
Even parents are understanding now. Okay, now, like there are literally I see parents in India right now like wanting their kids to be like YouTubers or like content creators because the whole economy has changed so much, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing is happening with music. So like now the support thing is better.
Yeah.
But when I started, there used to be fights at home, and I remember that. But yeah, after my 11th and 12th grade, my father saw the passion I had for this, and he said okay, he comes back from school, comes back from college, doing nothing but just making music.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, if you're really passionate about it, do it properly. So I did some research. I found out this course, which was helping me sort out my family's problem also in a way that they wanted a degree.
Okay.
And I was getting to do a specialization in sound engineering. So
nice.
my degree is in journalism and mass communication, and my specialization is in sound engineering.
Okay.
So the college was in Pune. I got 3 years to be by myself, because I remember whenever I was at home making music, my mom will come and stop me. Even if I'm sitting for more than 2 hours, they'll be like, no, Nikal, Bharja. But in Pune, I had that freedom to spend the entire day on my laptop.
Yeah.
Literally, there are photos and videos of me, and not even removing my iCard once I'm back from college, and just on my laptop. And it was those 3 years were very important for me. And that's how I balanced my music thing and my degree thing also side by side.
Yeah.
I just journalism mass communication is not that difficult if you keep focus on the class, whatever the teachers teach you.
True.
And then you can easily pass with good marks and good understanding, I think so.
True.
And rest of my entire day was only dedicated to making music for 3 years. And still things didn't worked out after I graduated. It took me a more 1 or 2 years to still figuring things out.
Yeah.
But my parents were supportive, but I was also starting to make money through teaching other people making music and also doing ghost production work for a while. So I did that for a good 1-2 years to buy equipments and stuff.
Yeah.
So after that, things started working out. God has his ways to test you in the worst times.
Absolutely.
And then things started unfolding in a great way for me.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah.
As you said that the industry has been growing so much, so how do you handle the creative blocks, especially when you have the pressure of delivering it now?
So that's the thing, when you start off, it's just there's no pressure, honestly. When you do it as a hobby and passion, there's no pressure. You're just curious about creating stuff, and you're just about okay, I wanna, even if there's a blog where I'll watch a new tutorial and try out a new genre, and that would spark inspiration. But again, once you get into that whole race of working for other people, working with different artists, working for labels, it becomes very difficult to sometimes keep up with the pace, because there's this kind of I wouldn't say competition, but there's everyone's there. If you want to stand out, if you want to make a survival out of this, you have to be very creative in the other ways. Just music, at least from where we are coming from, India, just doing music as a newcomer, it is very difficult to survive. So you should be open to doing other stuff,
Right.
Figuring out different ways, because that also teaches you a lot about the business side of things. And I think so once that happens, if you give enough hours to it, there's ways to tackle creative block. I'm actually usually happy whenever I get a creative block, because I know after a few days it's gonna give me a really good flow.
True.
Yeah, really, it happens. I kind of sometimes look forward to creative blocks. I know, because it has happened. Whenever I've had a creative block, and then the next song that comes out after that creative block is the really impactful song for me.
Pathbreaker, yeah.
Pathbreaker. So I look forward to it sometimes.
Yeah, actually, that's an interesting point, because that was connecting to my next question, because I just wanted to know, a lot of artists, I'm not naming artists now, but a lot of artists, they start off with their own style and their own vision.
Yeah.
But then because of, it could be pressure to make money or pressure to just appeal to the crowd more,
Yeah.
they switch to mainstream audience and mainly Bollywood
Yeah.
or more of that.
Yeah.
But you're not someone who's been doing that. You're
I have been doing that. I think so. I have been doing that in many ways.
You have included it, but you're still staying true to the new sounds that you're making and
my perspective in that case has been so I have these set of skills that I've worked upon for so many years.
Right.
And there are places where I can use this set of skills to make money and survive my family, provide for my family, provide for my lifestyle needs.
True.
So I think so okay, there's this thing, but I like to add it in my flavor, my style, still giving that edge. And the best thing is, for me, I've been lucky enough that people come to me for that sound. It's not like me trying to tell them, oh, let me work this sound for you or something.
Yeah.
So, but I do utilize my skills, whatever I've learned to make money. And I think so a lot of producers are very shy from doing it, or a lot of artists are very, but like for a producer at least, like, because I'm not a vocalist, I'm not a rapper, or I'm not a face of a song, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time it's like you're the backbone of a song, you're not the face of the song as a music producer. And so to survive, you need to like diversify your things. So like I enjoy working with, like, in the Bollywood space also. I've had the opportunity to work with Vishal Shekhar, with Pritam Da. It's an honor. Like, I've grown up listening to their music.
Yeah.
And to just like imagine, like, you cannot even pay to be in the same room to see what these guys do. And I get the opportunity to see that,
Yeah.
and then also add my work to it.
Yeah.
I like when you see an artist in their creative space, it's a very intimate space. Like, it's very like very personal space, and not a lot of people get to experience it.
True.
And they only allow people who make them feel comfortable to be themselves.
Yeah.
And as a producer, that's been most of my job, and I think so that's the one of the main reason I'm able to collaborate with so many artists, because I totally understand like what this artist likes to hear, while how he likes the environment to be, and I just focus on providing that environment. Because as a music producer, in today's time, anyone can learn any skill. You spend enough time on YouTube, you spend enough time on taking a course or anything. Anyone can learn a skill, but the soft skill is something you'll have to learn yourself. And
Absolutely.
like understanding a person is the main job as a producer, I think so.
True, true. I just wanted to add one thing.
Yeah.
Like how you mentioned, it was an unreal moment for you when you were working with Pritam or like Vishal Shekhar and all. I just wanted to mention that's how we are feeling right now, sitting with you, like literally asking you questions, because we've been hearing your music since so long. And even when I watched you play, that's the exact thing. Because when you were in your creative space, it just felt really good to connect with that.
So much.
But, yeah.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Another question that struck right now, like when you were speaking about your experience working with so many people, do you think there's any skill that you thought, like you wish you knew earlier before like getting into and experiencing it later?
I think so. I've learned the skills at the right time, because you make a lot of mistakes and you learn from them. And I think so. Learning, I mean, there's a lot of people who you can look up to as mentors and all, and they can teach you everything. But learning it firsthand by doing the mistakes is really how you will learn for yourself. Because even if I'm mentoring someone, I'm teaching them based off my experience. Maybe that person has a different experience when he goes into the studio with that artist, and maybe that my point of view is not the right point of view for that person. So I think so. I wouldn't say any skill. Like, I think so. Legal, like, I think so. Manager wise, or like finding the right person to like make sure no money is being left on the table is something I would have liked in the start. But it's eventually you learn. Like, sometimes you have to. It's a give and take. Right. And it all comes back to you. Like, if you're doing it honestly, everything comes back to you. Like, whatever is your deserved thing, it will come to you. That's what I've experienced in my life. So yeah.
That is very true, actually.
Something about like the Indian music industry now. Like without me saying it itself, everyone knows how rapidly the music industry is changing and evolving also. So the Desi hip hop scene is also growing like crazy. We're reaching international audiences. But one thing I wanted to ask is, do you think that Indian audiences are becoming more open towards like different kinds of music, different sounds, be it trap or like electric?
Electronic music, though, definitely. Like when I got a chance to meet Skrillex this year, it was like a mind-blowing experience. Like, and him noticing my work was something I never imagined. That song, and I was like, wow. So after that, like, so imagine, like, I started off as an electronic music producer back in 2017. I got into hip hop in 2018 because just like I was taken there. Like my work was noticed in the hip hop space, and they gave me a chance to produce for hip hop artists. I worked with Divine, Nazy, all the big names, see them all, everyone, and I did a lot of hip hop stuff. I still don't call myself a hip hop producer. I'm just a producer who can produce hip hop.
Right.
Yeah, I like to produce all kind of stuff.
Right.
Eventually, if that was a crossroad for me where I had to decide, do I stick doing electronic music or do I explore hip hop music? And I'm glad I took the other one, because I'm pretty sure like I would have been severely broke during the COVID time if I hadn't taken that option. And that actually helped me fulfill a lot of my dreams. If I had just stuck to like, okay, no, I'm just going to do electronic music, or this is my sound, I'm going to be just doing this, this is the only thing that I'm focused on, I wouldn't have learned so many things about the music business. I wouldn't have been able to fulfill a lot of my dreams. And like, maybe it looks like this is a longer path, but this took me to Skrillex way before than that would have
Absolutely.
taken. But
Yeah.
you never know. Like this would have, there would might have been a breakthrough song in the electronic space, but
Yeah.
it's very like you have to make decisions depending on your situations.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
and take that leap of faith sometimes.
Yeah. And I think so it worked out well. Like if you manifest it like properly, like it happens, bro. Like I've experienced it firsthand, so I don't
Crazy.
even know how to explain that feeling, but yeah.
No,
I feel like as a Gen Z person, like everyone is just like believing in manifestation at this point.
Bro, like I'm like my first Japan trip was like that trip like made me believe in God or like whatever that higher power is there. Like because it felt like I was in a TV show. Like all of the artists that I was listening to, for 7 years. Like I had been like in obsession with Japan for 7 years before I actually went there. And when I went there, I ended up meeting all the artists
wow.
on the first trip itself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And everything just fell in place, and I was like, "What's happening? Like, I can't believe this." So yeah, I definitely believe like it takes time. Like,
Yeah.
like 7 years is not a joke,
Yeah.
but it prepares you for that. Like you have to do all of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. One more thing, like how I gave in the introduction also, you are both a music producer, composer, and like, you know, just recording artist, or like you're multi-talented that way. But what would you say is you're most passionate about? Like, or if you want to talk about a specific project that you are most passionate about. But for me, I was more asking more about like the skill sets that you have. Which do you think you've polished the most?
I'm still like, I honestly, whenever I open my laptop, I feel as clueless as day one, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's very like scary that way. Like, but that's the fun. Like, you never know what you're getting into.
True.
Like, initially, I used to be scared while going into a studio session. Like, I don't know what to do. How much should I be prepared?
Yeah.
And now it's become like a habit. Like, I just go with a blank mind. I don't think anything while going into a session, and then it just falls into place. Like you have to figure it out on the zone with the artist. It's a full process, but I don't think so. Like it's no specific skill as but my skill has always been like making the artist feel the most vulnerable in front of me, so that they don't hide any of the feeling and they'll be very honest.
True.
Yeah, giving them that safe space is like what I've been trying to build in the last few years.
Okay.
Yeah.
To add on to that, like there are a lot of students in this university doing other curricular activities like music, dance, or other stuff, and they like struggle with their academics and balancing between professional and personal life. Because if they think like, oh, okay, I'm doing my academics and then I'm doing music, but then how do I balance my personal life with it? So what is one thing that you want to?
No, like I think so. Then whatever your hobby is, that should be your ultimate personal life. Honestly, I think so. If you're really passionate about it, then your entire personal life should be that thing. Like for me, I'm literally telling you, I've literally been closed inside my room for the longest time just making music. My parents are like worried, like this guy doesn't even come out, talk to us sometimes, like it's just in the room.
Yeah.
Not have, there's no personal life if you're actually dedicated about this stuff. So like, I think so, there's your studies and then personal life is your hobby, basically. For me, like that. So, but I think so that it's manageable, dude. Like if I can like get a degree, like safeguard my parents, okay, I have a degree. If the thing doesn't work out, I'll do a job. but giving that, because parents also like coming from a place of love. It's not like they don't want you to do better, but they don't have any experience. Like if I have a kid and they say they want to become like something different, which I have no clue about, I'll be very scared. Like maybe like he will struggle or like he will have to go through a lot of them. But like I think so now it's changing. People understand, okay, there is potential in this kind of fields. But again, it all comes up to dedication, how much hours you're ready to put in.
Yeah, and you mentioned how much you love traveling to Japan.
Yeah.
And just like a casual question, is there any other specific countries like that where on your travel list?
I
And
think
more
so.
like you definitely want to perform live there.
Oh, perform live. I definitely would love to perform Ultra Miami. I would definitely love to perform Tomorrowland for sure, Belgium.
Yeah.
But Fuji Rock Japan also I would love to. But so that's what like a lot of with the Hindi music and all.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot. Like in India, I've had the opportunity to perform the best festivals.
Right.
But like this, after meeting Skrillex, for me, it's been like going back to that 2017 Karan Kanchan who was making electronic music.
Right,
So
right.
like after this whole journey, now that meeting has helped me like realize like I want to go back do my thing again
Yeah,
now. So
yeah.
right now my focus is making a lot more electronic songs, which I've been making. Now
Yeah.
it's all about finishing it and like having a great crossover between like Hindi music and electronic music.
Yeah.
And I started like a label collective for that called Odd Forbid, which is specifically going to be for this. And I'm going to I just released a song called Firestarter
Yes,
under that.
yes.
And I'm trying to build like a cool visual branding, visual everything. Like it should be a community space
Yeah.
for electronic music producers in India because we don't have anything for that.
Yeah.
Like there's a big market gap. And in the live space, I try to do something about it with Necrec. Like for the last
Yeah.
6 years, we've been building Necrec, which we did a festival last year. Actually, today is the first year anniversary of Recfest.
Oh,
exactly
okay.
today. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just realized 21st September. So like 5 years, we did like club gigs.
Yeah.
Fully community based, like,
Yeah.
and I do a lot of stuff. Like again, like I only started doing Necrec because I saw it was something like this was missing in the scene,
Right.
and I wanted something like this to exist.
Yeah.
But no one else was doing it, so I had to take it up. I stopped complaining about it, and I was like, okay, if no one else is doing, I'll have to do it.
Yeah.
And the day I stopped complaining about things is when things started working out for me. Like I'm glad I stopped complaining about things. I was that kid who would like go on Facebook and rant about other EDM artists like, hey, why are these guys getting gigs? But I was very naive and young that time. But I'm
Yeah.
glad I had that realization that this is not gonna help me.
Yeah.
I just like use that time and effort to put in my skill. And it started Necrec first. We did a lot of like basic shows like I made sure that every show we have one artist who's performing a debut set. Like so that they get a platform.
Yeah.
And now, okay, I'm giving an artist a debut set. It's probably going to be like a 7 p.m. slot,
Right.
early slot, right?
Right.
So how do we make sure like we get a crowd there? So we started doing producer community events. Like I started doing producer meetups
Okay.
right before the show. So 6 to 7 we would do like a producer meetup. We would like 3 of us setting.
Yeah.
Simple. I start like say my name is Karan Kanchan. I've been doing music for so many years. I use this software. Then I ask everyone to share one thing they're good at and one thing they want to get better at. Not bad at. One thing they want to get better at. Eventually everyone says what they're good at and what they want to get better at.
Yeah.
And I just connect the people who are good at something who someone else wants to get better at.
Oh.
And that's how we did this whole community exercise every time we met
That's
before
a
the show.
great idea. Like we can implement that in so
Please
many
do
platforms.
it. Please
Yeah.
do it. And we did that. And by the end of that thing, when the first DJ starts, we already have like 100 people in the crowd.
Wow.
So it's like trying to figure out ways to like make it work, like support each other in the community itself.
Yeah.
And it has had a lot of impact, I think. So a lot of people have got like listeners, and like a lot of people have got collaborations in
Yeah.
place. It has pushed the community. And on the 6th year, I wanted to do something big. Went all out. We did a full-scale festival.
Yeah.
We had Ritviz, Char Diwari, all of the artists, like
Yeah.
insane guests. And it was like a 3,000 people event with like lasers, flamethrowers, everything that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it was a dream come true for me, like to host my own festival.
Yeah.
So coming back to, so we have an audience now.
Right.
For live who are coming to support this. Now we have to provide the music that's coming for that.
Right.
From India, not from outside.
Right.
So that's what I'm building with Odd Forbid.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask you about
Yeah.
Odd Forbid.
Yeah.
And even the Necrec crew,
Yeah.
all of that, a few of my friends were also involved.
Oh,
So
yeah, Dushyant, of course.
shout out to Dushyant.
Yeah.
But so I've been seeing so many stories about it, and every time I'm like, it's like there's no breaks,
Yeah.
like one after the other. It's either
Yeah,
new
the high
artist or
energy,
new
yeah.
DJ, new gig,
Yeah.
new city. So I always used to admire the passion, and I wanted to come for the festival. I was
Yeah.
just not in the country at the moment.
No, man.
But
we're gonna do it again, hopefully
yeah,
soon. Yeah.
all of the reels
It
and
is very
stories look
expensive, but
insane.
yeah, it is very expensive.
But one question that I always had in my mind in general, I wanted to ask every artist I meet, is that when you start off, you are like filled with passion and like, you know, everyone is like, if you're coming from like humble beginnings
Yeah.
in the sense you're not thrown into the industry with like a lot of favors or
Yeah.
something like that. When you're starting off like that, you appreciate a lot of things. But it's very easy for someone when they become famous and like start getting gigs to kind of build that ego or like, you know, just measure success in a different way.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that like, you know, we can speak to artists like you who are on such a big
Bro,
stage,
not
global
like,
stage,
not a big
but at the
deal,
same
right?
time, like, you know, so casually speaking.
Yeah.
And it might be something small for a lot of people, but I believe it's a huge thing because maintaining your fame as well as your success, along with staying grounded to who you are, is not something so easy. So, is there any specific way that you try to?
Well, dude, I don't try to be it. It's just me. Like I don't, I don't know. Like I've come like from like for me, I started off. If you go back, like when I wanted to become a DJ, I started off with working as a loader guy for for Shiva Sound Systems. So I was like lifting speakers for these guys. So I've like started from there. So like anything more than that is like a blessing for me.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for everything that God has put in front of me, and I just like, yeah, I'm not trying to, it's just like I'm just thankful to whatever's happening here also. Like imagine like I to travel so far, like sitting here, like bro, I was
At the University of Melbourne.
yeah, I was barely passing in my maths in school, bro. Like I'm sitting here, so I'm very glad to be here. Yeah.
We're so glad that you're here and we got this opportunity also. Do you have anything?
No, that's all I had in mind actually. But there's just one last thing I wanted to ask you, like to all the audience of Bollywood Club in general, what is the one thing you'd like everyone to be? Because everyone in Bollywood Club is interested in either dancing or music or like Bollywood industry in general.
Yeah.
So what is the one thing you'll tell them to be, like to make sure that they, you know, not give away their interest and actually catch the opportunity they get?
As an audience?
Both, like as an audience, as a performer, even in like uni, we have so many events, we perform so many times.
Yeah.
But then there are a lot of people who just don't like grab that opportunity. So
Oh no, I think so. Like there's so many like the most exciting thing for me right now is that all the regional artists that are blowing up from India, the regional music, and I think so people are claiming that their culture back in some way. Like it's becoming cool. Like see, there's so many Marathi songs blowing up.
True.
Like it's become cool again. Like everyone's like, okay, yeah. There was a full phase where like, oh no, oh I don't listen to that
True,
stuff.
true.
Oh, I don't listen to Bollywood.
Even like Tamil and Malayalam hip hop is also growing like
Dabsy,
crazy.
even with DHH, like last year when I came to Melbourne, I just used to listen to like old Bollywood songs. And when I came here, Pranav like told me to explore DHH. And if I look back, like last September, I did not know who Seedhe Maut was. And now today, I don't start my morning without a Seedhe Maut song.
That's crazy. Like, that's how it's changed. Like, and now it was all about like. There was a phase where people used to think this is not cool, and now it's changing. Like people are feel comfortable. So yeah, it's gonna be. I can only imagine like what's coming next. So imagine like this artists from like Dehradun. There's artists from like Amravati, Gujarat. Like everyone's like coming out with such good music.
Yeah.
And I think so. Regional music is gonna be very big in
I feel like as an audience, people have started accepting new genres, new regional music.
It's all about like once it gets cool, everyone's like, okay, everyone wants to jump on that train. Like it's all about doing it first, yeah. Like even that's why when I did my boiler room set, well, I've seen a lot of boiler room sets in India. Everyone does play the same UK or the American sound, UK garage sound, yeah.
True.
I like okay, it's coming to India, and I think so. Boiler room is a platform that supports music coming from those cities and all of that. Thing, right? So when I got an opportunity to like curate for them, they had asked me to be the headliner, but I was like, no, I want Bamboy to headline after me because he plays the proper Mumbai Kohli sound. Like he is like a road show proper set.
Yeah.
And I had to fight to get him. And I'm glad it happened. And I told him, no, he's performing after me because that's the sound of Mumbai, bro. That's the sound of the Mumbai streets. And I wanted that platform to be used properly.
Right.
And even for my set, like, what is the most Mumbai song I can play? That's why I was like, okay, I got to remix this Aika Dajiva.
Yeah.
And that's how I started the set. I played all the songs that I love listening to, all the throwbacks.
Yeah.
And also like a lot of EDM stuff from outside, but like I wanted to fuse that with the Indian sound, like Indian music. Like I wanted to represent that. So yeah, that's how like.
I think honestly that's what makes your music so unique because I never feel like I'm listening to something totally not Indian or something like that, but I can always find something unique or like, you know, a different sound to it. Like even the Ishq Nachave, the composition, like it's all in Hindi.
That's actually a very famous folk composition also. Like that's how Rashmi brought it in was beautiful. Like, even Yash Raj killed it. Ankur Tiwari had a big role in the entire song. Like he trusted us with it. And he saw the vision. Actually, me, Yash Raj and Rashmi didn't know how big this would become. it ended up becoming the most popular song out of the entire series.
Yeah.
And for all of us, like it was viral on internationally also. It was viral
Right.
Spotify charts and everything.
Right.
It blew our mind because it also, like, a lot of things play a role in a song. Like, imagine the same song, if I just independently released it, maybe it would haven't reached there.
True.
But the way the context setting really makes a difference. The context that the movie is in, and
Yeah.
the sequence is actually everyone's partying in a club, but
Yeah.
the song is totally contrasting that.
True.
So all of the things matter. Like, it's
Yeah.
not just like, okay, it's a good song, yeah, it will work. No,
Yeah.
sometimes the context plays a very important role in everything, for sure.
Absolutely. One last
Yeah.
question. If you had to collaborate with an artist
Yeah.
who you've always wanted to collaborate with.
Of course, Alex, yeah.
One
International,
international
yeah.
and one Indian artist. Who would you?
I think it was Skrillex for sure. And in India, there's many artists that I want to work with, honestly.
Maybe top 3 or something.
I really wanted to work with Zubeen Garg, rest in peace. It was so unexpected. But I also really want to work with Rahman sir. I've recently met him.
Yeah, I saw the
that was
post.
crazy. That hopefully you get a chance to work on something.
Yeah.
There's many artists, but yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, Rahman. It would be interesting. Yeah,
It would
something that I
actually be
really-
crazy, like
yeah.
Karan Kanchan and
Yeah,
A.R. Rahman composition.
Such a chill guy, dude. Like, I sat in the studio with him. So chill, so zen. It's something else, man. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
But yeah, I think that covers most of the
Yeah.
questions we had. But
amazing.
this felt so good. Like
Hey, likewise,
talking
likewise.
to you
Thanks for
because
having me.
like talking to you also makes us realize that okay, we can also chase our dreams the same way without having to think too
You're
deep.
here already doing your thing, man. You are on the path, but don't worry.
I think the one key highlight from this interview was manifestation for me. Like, I'll just keep manifesting things now.
Yeah, and like working on your dreams, even if you're doing other stuff, knowing that that's not the end goal, your
Yeah.
dreams should always be there. It
Yeah.
truly meant a lot. And again, like maintaining your roots and being grounded, all of that. I know it comes naturally for you, but I'm gonna try to keep it that way always.
Just think about all the times like when you didn't have all of this. That's all.
True,
Yeah.
absolutely. But thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you,
joining
man.
us
Thanks for
man,
having
today.
me.
This
Thank you so
genuinely
much.
means a
Thank you
lot.
so much.